we live? I don't know. I hope so.
Let's see. Maybe there will be a comment that will tell us whether or not we're live.
I'm going to wait and hear from Elizabeth. Are we live? Can you hear me? I'll shout louder. Anyway, I hope we're live. Are we live?
Okay, we are waiting to see if there's a comment. Hello, you're live. Okay.
Yay! Oh,
All
we
right.
are live.
There we go.
Phil, come here.
All right.
Hello, friends and family. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. We are very happy to share our sculpture garden tour with you today. And thank you, Elizabeth, for taking care of the weather situation. That was really handy. The reason we have a sculpture garden is that both Phil and I like to make artwork.
Yes.
We like to buy artwork.
Yes.
And that's it, really. There's so much artwork.
But sometimes we pick up artwork off the curb, too.
Curbside artwork.
Yes.
Our house is actually full. And I mean full, and anyone who's been here will know I'm not just talking. It's full. So we've moved our art outside. So the first sculpture that we'd like to share with you is this one that's on the front of our house, which is a design that I created. Was it the first design for this house?
I would say so, yes.
I think so. I don't know when it was. Who cares? Nobody remembers these things. But I do remember making the design and sending it to our dear friends at Quail Run Signs. And they cut this fabulous thing out of dye bond. And I picked it up, brought it home, and installed it in sections. And it provides a sort of a gingerbread look to the front of our house, but not with gingerbread, because I would have eaten that.
Yes. It's a little windy out here.
Come with me. Follow me. Walk this way. Same old gags. Okay, and this is a sculpture that I call Frizzante, and that's a very pretentious name, I know. But it's made of plexiglass on a steel frame, and it's got faux gold leaf and resin and some glass bits jammed on there, and inside it is a solar-powered light fixture. So the solar doodad, that's the technical term, doodad, sits on the top, and at night, when the lights are out, on comes this fabulous thing, and yes, it can be a little unsettling. I've got colored lights in here right now, so it does sometimes feel like there's a police car parked in our driveway. But sometimes we put the sparkling white lights in there. That's also nice. We change out the lights every couple years. Fun times. Frizzante.
Is it
So there's a light inside that's solar powered. There's a bright spark in every family. Okay, and I'm actually glad it's a little windy today, because this gives me a chance to demonstrate without having to push it too often. This kinetic sculpture called Helios, as in the sun. You knew that. Okay, so Helios is designed to rotate in the wind. When the wind gets really strong, it just sort of wobbles. I've often thought that I might find it in the roof of my sister's house next door, but so far so good. Yes.
What do you call something that's powered by the wind?
Well, I call it kinetic, but I'm not sure that doesn't mean anything more than that it just moves. Is it powered by the wind? It's a windmill. Okay, I don't know. And here is the most recent sculpture that I've already posted photos on Facebook. I posted the photos from this view because that's the bit I managed to get done in time for Easter. It takes a long time. Everyone else who does mosaic knows this. It takes a long time to do mosaic nicely, and this one is taking an age. But when the mirrors on here, it's like our own private Chrysler building. It's very joyful and very bright. It's a good thing that the sun isn't actually totally out right now because we'd be blinded. Blinded. And now, Mr. Erickson.
So what I'm going to show you now is the patio. Now, when we first thought of putting a deck on the house, we thought of building one out of wood. We're having one built out of wood, but we weren't really crazy about the idea of wood. So we decided to do one in stone, and we hauled all this stone in our cars.
Boy, didn't we?
Stone and bricks. And we just decided that, you know, we love stone and we love to sit on stone, and so that's what we came up with. And the thing about stone is that 5,000 years from now, this patio will still be here. And when it's here, archaeologists will dig it up and try and figure out what these people were doing back in the 21st century. That's our goal. Now, what I will tell you is that the bridge was done by me, the stone bridge. Penny made this design using brick and blue stone. And Penny did the poured animal tile over there, the turtles, frogs, and salamanders. And I did the mosaic embedded steps there. And so we've pulled it all together in what you see right now. Oh, telephone. Hello? Oh, it's Don and Sue from Sterling. Hello, Don. Oh, no, I'm sorry to say, Don, the lawn bowling competition has been canceled, you know. Yes, you'll have to call back in June. But don't stop practicing. You know, keep up the practice, would you? You know, and don't be bashful about it. Just pitch it right in there.
And when we're done, tell them that we'll have a BYOM party. Bring your own mask. Ha 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 ha.
Bring your own mask. Did you hear that? All right, take care. See you. Sorry, you never know who's going to call when you're in the middle of important business. All right, carry on, Penny.
Carrying on, keeping calm and carrying on. This little fellow, of course, being an owl, and it's not just Diana because it's an owl. Oh, what the sun! It's a miracle. Okay, Diana. It's because our friend Diane El Shafai gave us this huge log, and I threw myself right in there. I thought, yes, that looks like an owl. I see it. It was like Michelangelo with a block of marble. I see what could be in it. I'm gonna get it out. It's weeping cherry. It's really hard to carve, and my sister, who's already a very proficient wood carver, said, "What kind of wood is it?" I said, "Weeping cherry," and she said, "No one carves that. No one. It's too hard." And I concur. However, Diana, she looks after loud, and we're disturbing one of our garden guests. We have Mrs. Bluebird in the Bluebird box, and she gives us hell every time.
There's the Bluebird box right there. Squeezing it. And that's
squeezing too hard. She gives us hell every time we're outside in the garden. But she's busy with her little ones. So let's go this way, and Mr. Erickson can show you his garden.
All right, so we're going to make our way to the vegetable garden. There's the burnt log.
Yeah, that's quite exciting. Thank you.
For sale.
That's
Now, this vegetable garden has been redesigned. So, and there's a good purpose behind it. One, it needs to grow vegetables. But the second thing is, when Google Earth comes around to take their photos, you want to make sure they have something good to photograph. And so, what they're going to see if they photograph down at this one, what they're going to see is the Firebird. And if you don't know what a Firebird is,
look it up. No.
Listen to Stravinsky's composition. It's the Firebird.
There you go. There you go. Wait. Okay. Wow, it's windy. Man, it's cold. Big mistake wearing a skirt.
And here's the head of the Firebird. Can you see it?
Yes, we can see it.
Penny designed
I can
that,
see it.
It looks like it's very plant sure. We don't have any explanation for that.
No
It's a firebird. It's ferocious.
And also a lumberjack.
Lumberjack, yes. And over there is Bodensee.
Yes.
That's our second pond, and that's where we keep frogs.
Perhaps you could explain the wine bottles.
Oh, the wine bottles, yes. So this is a new design also. It's designed to reflect light, of course, because it's glass. And I will say that, no, we did not drink all that wine. We had a lot of help from our friends.
Yes.
So
In particular, may I just give a call out to Carol and John?
Oh, yes.
I don't think they drank them all either, but they certainly brought us some bottles, which was very nice.
Yes, and what I would say as far as wine bottles are concerned, donations are welcome. And if they're full, that's all right as well. Now, we're moving on.
Wait, backing
Oh,
up
am I
is
going the
difficult.
wrong direction?
No, you're going quite the right.
All right,
Well,
I'll
I don't
take
know.
over now.
Oh yeah,
because
you do
Penny's
that.
going to
'cause-
move on down
Oh, okay.
to the next section.
Pile of stuff. Oh dear. This is, I think, one of our favorite kinetic sculptures, wind-driven, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. And its name is Pixelate. And it's made of plexiglass mirror-back squares and a pressure-treated 4x4 wooden frame. So I built this, and each square is 8 inches by 8 inches, and there are 8 squares across and 8 squares down, so that's why it's called Pixel 8. Do you get it? Do you? Never mind. Anyway, and also when you stand in front of it, it pixelates the image of you. I think you're catching on. So, also, in the middle of summer, here around 11 a.m., you can get an instant tan in about 2 minutes. It's great. You'll love it. You should come along. So we're coming to the last couple of sculptures in our garden.
Oh, must be another phone call. Must be another phone call we're getting, Penny.
Hello? You don't say. You don't say. You don't say.
Who was it?
He didn't say. So, one of the largest sculptures in our garden is also due to the extreme generosity of our friend Diane El Shafai. So the base of that weeping cherry became Diana the owl, and the rest of it became Ernesto the octopus. So Ernesto the octopus came all the way from Hamilton. So Diane called us up and said, "Oh, I have. Would you like it? I'm sure you could do something creative with it." And as soon as I saw the tree, I thought, that's not a tree, that's an octopus. And so our friend, our very good friend Ernie, brought his pickup truck and a chainsaw, and we met at the and took apart this tree. And then we put it in Ernie's pickup truck, which is why this is Ernesto the octopus, because without him this would never have gotten here. And so then I worked on him with a chainsaw and some chisels and debarking thingamajiggy. That's also a technical term. I'm full of them. Full of something. And what's so cool about this guy and staying on him, he's an octopus that can live out of the water. So we love him. He keeps us very happy here. And we do lots of photo shoots with him, and he likes hugs and cuddles, and without a mask. Oh, what's that? I heard. there something in your coat?
Oh, it's a phone
God.
call. Oh, yes. Sorry, we're getting a phone call. Oh, it's Valerie from Leesburg. Valerie's calling. She says, can Ernesto live outside of the water?
And so treated in resin and coated with a varnish, he is an octopus that can live out of the water.
Yes. How interesting.
Indeed. The last two sculptures in our garden today are actually not by us, but they're in our sculpture garden. We love them so much. And one of them is guarding the other. One of them is a fox sculpture by Jeff Hall, which we bought years ago. And he's guarding this front door. Abigail and Florence, the two wood sprites and or aka fairies, finally thought to put a front door on their establishment back in December. And there it is. So that concludes our sculpture tour for now, but the truth is that we'd like to keep building our sculpture garden. And we're hoping Phil has ideas for more sculptures. I'm hoping.
Perhaps.
No, definitely. He's definitely got ideas for more
Yes.
sculptures. I hope they come to fruition so it's not all about penny stuff. And we hope one day to open this as a park so that people could come and visit these sculptures whenever they like. You all are, of course, welcome. Most of you know where we live anyway. So come on over and have a tour through the sculpture garden. 6 feet apart, of course, or whatever. We're not 6 feet apart, but we live together, so that's difficult.
Thanks for joining us today. We'll be lawn bowling in June, so keep your eyes out for that.
Yes, lovely. Thank you.
Anything else?
No.
Bye-bye.